There's so much in both of these rooms that are so rich. My name is Lori Garst, and I am the Curator of Collections here at Biltmore. We recently completed the restoration of two really fantastic rooms at the very end of our tour at Biltmore. As any country house was designed, the smoking and gun room were a real integral part of a suite of rooms that were primarily used by the gentlemen of the house and those that were visiting. During the Gilded Age, it was not proper for women to see men smoking, and so there was an intentional design to have a space for the gentlemen to retire after dinner so that they could enjoy their cigars and their brandies, just like the women had a boudoir or a morning room. And the gun room is an interesting space because it wasn't a dirty room. Many houses at the time had those spaces down in the basement, but at Biltmore, with 125,000 acres, it was really important that architect Richard Morris Hunt and George Vanderbilt had a room incorporated into this area of the house that allowed for all kinds of outdoor recreation, including shooting and fishing and other sports. This suite of rooms was lived in the longest by the family. When George Vanderbilt died in 1914, Edith and Cornelia moved into this area of the house, and these two rooms primarily served as their living spaces. We had a lot of layers to peel back when it was time to do the restoration of this space. It involved a lot of research, looking at records, paint analysis, looking at the surfaces of the room, trying to really understand what was original. Through our research and investigative work within our own collection, we were able to determine that the original wallpaper, what it looked like, that it was a green striped flocked paper, so it was meant to look like fabric on the walls. Amazingly, we had a sample of it in our storage in our wallpaper collection, so we were able to send off a sample to a company that we've worked with before. The company is called the Atelier de Fard, and it's in France, in Tours, France. We were thrilled to be able to have them come to Biltmore, the team from France come to Biltmore to be able to install that paper. The results within the room are just spectacular. Anytime we do room restorations at Biltmore, we're so pleased to be able to share our preservation work that's so key to all the work that we do. But it really allows us to tell stories about the way the Vanderbilts and their guests lived and just give a sense of the lifestyle of the Vanderbilts at the turn of the century. So the gun room is located just adjacent to the smoking room, and it really served as a gathering space for the gentlemen in Biltmore House. Mr. Vanderbilt wasn't much of a hunter himself, but as a gracious host in this grand estate, it would have been appropriate for him to have such a room as the gun room for his guests so that they would be easily equipped to head out onto the property for a shoot or some fishing or the like. Inside the cases of the room, there's fitted for equipment and guns, but in the center we have featured a beautiful collection of taxidermy that have been beautifully restored by our conservation team. A couple of fun facts about these rooms. We have 7 guns on display, 25 taxidermed birds that are on display, 100 square feet of wall coverings that were recreated, and thousands of hours. This project took 3 to 3.5 years for us to complete, and we are really pleased with the results of the project. We're so excited for our guests to come and experience and see the work that we've done, but also to understand and learn a little bit more about the Vanderbilts and their guests at Biltmore.